Hi, this is Phil Edholm. I'm here at ITEXPO in Miami with Mark Castleman. Mark's the CEO of VOBI, and we're here to talk about a really exciting application that VOBI has developed in the WebRTC space. And you can obviously tell that Mark knew he was coming to Miami because he's dressed in that kind of pseudo-Miami Vice look. But Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself and VOBI first.
Sure. So VOBI is focused on mobile collaboration and content sharing in the mobile space. And so we were very intrigued by the WebRTC. It gave us a new method for distributing content, and we took some liberties at that recently with Joyride.
Excellent. So the reason I really wanted to spend a little time with Mark is he and his team have done something I think is really exciting. If you look at WebRTC, obviously WebRTC is going to have a huge impact on telecoms, a huge impact in the enterprise space on UC and on contact center, and anyone with a website really wants to look at WebRTC as how to real-time enable your website. But there's the fourth area, which is the whole area of new horizons, new business models that will develop out of WebRTC and communications. Mark and his team put together a thing called Joyride, which is a way that you and your friends can share music in your car or other environments. And what I'd like him to do is tell us a little bit about Joyride first, and how you did it with the team. But first, tell us, what is it? How does it work?
Sure. So we took the concept that the car is a lonely place, and that radio and music is an opportunity for us to provide content to the vehicle. So the driver of the vehicle, who has a network-connected browser in their car, can request a song from their friends on Facebook. And when their friends hit that link, they open up a car page. And as soon as they open up that car page, they're talking back into the car via WebRTC. The visitor to the page can then search a music library, media library, and select a song and send it to their friend in the car. And so the car is now also playing the music via WebRTC. So the music and the people talking are all in conference, and then another person hits the same page and they're also talking, so it's a party line in the car with media and music. And it was a very fun implementation, and we really took, I believe, this concept of connectivity outside the box and brought a new way of thinking about how do you deliver media and content to something that's in the mobile space.
It's actually an exciting, just incredibly exciting concept. So how did you and your team come to the conclusion to do this? How were you able to think outside the box? I think that's one of the things a lot of people looking at WebRTC, they're excited about it. It's cool technology. How'd you come to the conclusion to think outside the box to come up with this great concept?
Right. So it was derived around a challenge. Basically, there was a connected car challenge, and we wanted to do something in the car, and we felt like a lot of the participants would focus on metrics from the car, information about the car, maybe some information about the people in the car, but we were more focused about the user experience in the car. The single car, or the single driver in the car, perhaps is lonely. And what is the way to connect to another person is with media, music and photos. So we couldn't do something that was visual because that would be a distraction, perhaps a safety issue. So music became something that was very intriguing to us because it's shared a lot among friends, and you can do it in the car, hands-free, and you can create a relationship experience in an isolated mobile space. And so we thought that would be pretty interesting, and it developed and developed and developed around then voice, and became very fun. It was a total surprise to the manufacturer when we presented. They had no idea that this would come out of the competition, and it got a lot of attention. It was very, very fun.
Interesting. Yeah. So those of you who aren't aware, the competition was actually part of the AT&T conference that's held at CES, and was a conference for their developers. And actually, one of the things you did was you used some resources from AT&T.
We did.
They actually used some of their resources for developers. Tell me a little bit about how that went.
Sure. So, of course, the carriers are very interested in WebRTC. It's not just about voice, and this is the interesting thing about it. It's a way of thinking about connecting to distributed locations and delivering content in a very interesting way. So the carriers are obviously very interested in this, and so the hackathon was around the car was one concept, and the call management APIs. So we actually ended up winning the call management challenge. We got honorable mention for the best app, and it was a great experience. And of course the equipment vendors like Ericsson were extremely helpful, and AT&T as well was extraordinarily helpful in their implementation. It's an exciting time for the carriers.
Absolutely. So as a developer working, you know, in now it's a new medium, new capabilities, what did you find that made it easy? I mean, obviously you did this fairly quickly.
Yes.
And what did you find as the challenges? I mean, a little bit about, you know, why was it easy to make this happen, which is obviously really cool, and what were the challenges you found?
I think what made it easy is that our use case was very exciting. So we had a lot of enthusiasm around it. It was completely different than what folks were expecting, and so we had a lot of encouraging support from the vendors. And so I think that the challenge for the developer is to develop a compelling use case, and then see how the technology matches that, and allow the best technology to come in support of that, and then really, like you said earlier, think outside the box. Think about what experience are you trying to create, and just push the envelope as much as possible.
Absolutely. So I tell you, it's really exciting. You know, for those of you that are tuning in, you know, WebRTC is going to change the world, and it's not just about changing the way we do things today. Better collaboration, better conferencing, better UC, better contact centers, new over-the-top mobile services that are mimic traditional communications. It's really about rethinking business. Just like the web changed the way information is disseminated and used, WebRTC and the real-time web is going to transform the way we work and play. And I think, you know, VOBI and Joyride is a great example of that. And, you know, for those of you that are listening in, we'll be in Atlanta June 25th through 27th at the Cobb Center doing WebRTC Conference and Expo, the first of our 2013 events. And we obviously hope to see you there, and Mark, and would love to see the demo. And by that time, maybe I'll have my browser in my car. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.